We're about to head out on our spring fishing trip, and it's thunderstorming. Gotta go over there.
So this is an overview of our 5-day trip in Algonquin. We start on the Friday morning at the Magnetawan access point. We travel through a couple lakes here, and we end up on Queer Lake the first night. Then the second night, we do this massive portage. It's 1,700 meters total. We paddle down the Tim River through Shaw Lake, Pandian Lake, or Pandian Pond, down into Misty Lake. So Saturday and Sunday, we'll be on Misty Lake. Then we continue on Monday morning through Little Misty Lake, down to Daisy Lake where we spend our last night. And then Tuesday morning, we paddle out to our access point and head home from there.
So that was about a 10-minute paddle across Magnetawan Lake.
It was maybe 2 minutes.
We have a 135-meter portage to Gambone.
So this trip is not our longest trip in terms of kilometers. I think it's only 45 kilometers, but it is our longest trip in terms of portages. Now you can see our first day isn't too bad. A couple small portages, but as we move into the second day, we have 1,700 meters, 1,130, 340, 700, 900, and they continue to kind of taper off the next couple days. But in total, that's 7 kilometers of portaging, and our pack is not super light, so this is definitely going to be our most difficult trip in terms of portaging.
We just made it across Hambone, and now we have another portage.
290.
So we finished that portage. We're now at Bice Lake, and it has stopped raining. Thank goodness, even though we're soaked. And there's a lot of mosquitoes. That's why I have this on.
Hello. We are on Bice Lake. We've been watching the fish boil, casting towards them. I hooked up to one, and it got off.
Yeah, we haven't caught anything.
But it's super calm. The sun's coming out here and there, and it's just a nice paddle. And we have a slight tailwind, so we're just relaxing.
Just hanging out.
Huh?
Here we are at the portage into Little Trout Lake. The wind picked up, but it was a nice tailwind, so that was good. Blue skies. And it's a little breezy, so there's no bugs. This is Little Trout Lake. Now we're gonna find a lunch spot. Jesse caught a fish.
Exactly where I said I was going. Ah!
Fish for lunch? Here's the fish for lunch. Oh, We have claimed our site on Queer Lake.
Well, all these rubberneckers are fucking staring at a moose. What a bunch of losers.
There's a moose over there. We'll probably check it out after we unload. But here's our site for the night. Nice and windy, so no bugs. Get back to see the moose. Oh my gosh, we're blowing into it. Jesse.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to eat it.
No, we can't hear. We have opted to eat the fish, so we're having pizza and fish.
Yes.
We survived night one, and it's not raining, but it was. So hopefully it doesn't again, because we have a very long journey to Misty Lake today. So we're just gonna have breakfast and get going. So we're all packed up and ready to head across Queer Lake again to get to our first portage of the day.
Queer to Tim River.
It's a long one. This is insane. Like, this portage is the hard, like, so hard. I'm sweating. And there's a lot of flies. Almost there. Tim River. We made it. How do you feel?
It's horrible. It was a really hard portage.
After Jesse dropped his paddle in the river, he's now pretty much gone swimming because he decided to try to catch the tree.
That was pretty deep. Kind of got my whole body wet.
We finished on the Tim River, which honestly probably took like 2.5 hours. And now we have another long portage, 1,300 meters to Shaw Lake.
This is the hill we just went up. Hard to tell on camera, but pretty damn steep. It's like a 45 easily. This is a rough trail. A lot of trees down across the trail, deep mud. Sarah's swearing. She said the F word already.
We made it to Shaw Lake. That was a very muddy portage. My feet are muddy. These are brand new. Let's go. Very short paddle until the next one. Anything to say?
No, just that mountain over there looks pretty cool.
I don't even know what lake this is, but we made it. Pandian? We're starting to get a little grumpy.
I'm not.
He's grumpy.
Just Sarah.
That was the shortest paddle yet. We're at the final portage of the day to Misty Lake. 7:05. We made it to Misty Lake.
Yeah, that was not easy.
No.
Looking for a campsite now.
Yep.
Hopefully get a afternoon sun and some wind. This bug's really bad.
Yeah.
There's one campsite on the right here. That'll be the first one, and then I'll just keep.
Okay, we made it to our site on Misty Lake. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's totally gonna start raining.
Sarah's taking videos again while I'm working.
You're the one who wants to be a YouTuber.
This is the worst storm I've ever been in. We have a massive tarp here, and the wind is so strong it's blowing it under the tarp.
We are reined in. We're having some hot chocolate. Rain finally stopped.
And it's freezing. And Sarah had a brick of a sleeping bag that we couldn't bring. So she had to take my warm sleeping bag. And I'm in this tiny little, basically like a beach towel. So I was freezing all night.
I was sweating. I had a t-shirt on. It's fine. We're just gonna relax today. So, yeah.
I'm gonna pee while we're standing around.
Here's the hammock setup. It's very cold. Very cold.
Ready? Gosh, so much sap on my hands.
still cold, but the sun has peeked through the clouds at 4:30. So we're gonna go for a little paddle.
Sarah caught her first trout. First brookie ever. It's a nice little guy. Put a screenshot up. And I've just got a bobber worm out. Yeah, our site is directly over there. The weather has changed for the better, although it's still freezing. As you can see, Sarah has her winter outfit on. Small one, if it's still on, it's tiny. But it is a fish nonetheless. What is it? Oh, it's actually a nice brook trout. Whoa. Hell yeah, brother.
Another fishy.
Time.
We're back, and it's time for dinner. Woohoo! Our site is so nice when the weather is good. So we finished dinner and also put the tarp away so that we have less to do in the morning, because in the morning we are heading to Daisy Lake.
Pink sky at night, sailor's delight. Pink sky in the morning, sailor's warning. It's the morning of day 4, and it was snowing this morning, so we didn't get up until 7:30. We were planning on being on the water at 7:30 to get to Daisy Lake, but it's too cold. So we're having a fire first. For breakfast, we got dried whole egg powder, and then we bring ready crisp bacon, some wraps, cheese, and then we put ketchup in a little container. So this dried whole egg powder, you just pour 300 milliliters of water per 100 grams, and each pack is 100 grams. You just mix it in for a couple minutes, and then when you pour this liquid into the pan, it's basically just scrambled eggs. So we get to have scrambled egg wraps every day, and they're pretty good. There's the egg liquid turning into scrambled eggs with bacon.
Here we are saying we were gonna leave early. It's 10 o'clock. And now we're leaving to head across Misty Lake to portage number 1. We are at the portage, 900 meters into Little Misty Lake. So, on the portages, this is what I carry. And Jesse's got that. This portage looks pretty muddy. made it to Little Misty Lake. We'll try fishing a little bit. No fish, but this is Little Daisy Lake. The tailwind is strong. We are going quite fast. We are now into the Petawawa River, and it is quite windy, headwind this time, and cold. So we're just trying to find the portage.
Don't. Come on. I'm paddling over a beaver dam here. Sarah's just coming back to pick me up. My feet are soaked.
It's a beaver mansion. We are at a portage, 450 meters just to get around this, and then we'll continue on the river. Made it, but it seems like we'll be getting out in a second.
Beaver dam. Going to the next rapid. We are coming up to portage number 3 of the day into Daisy Lake. It looks like a waterfall. Hell yeah. She turned out to be a beauty day. It's a nice portage.
Last portage completed. Now we're going into Daisy Lake. What a nice little lake. Time to find our campsite.
All right, we just got to camp. We got a west facing shoreline, so we'll get a little bit of afternoon sun. And this is a beauty lake. I think this is my favorite one of the trip so far. And I think we'll be able to do some shore fishing and have some good luck. We've got the tent set up right on the water. Sarah's making some lunch and she's dressed like it's -30. I'm wearing Crocs. My pants are soaked. But yeah, really happy with this site. Mashed potatoes and stuffing for lunch with a nice little view. I've got my rod in the water with a bobber and worm, hoping for a trout. We're having a little fire here before bed. We fished a little bit today, but no fish. It was really windy here all day, so we fished a little bit from shore, and then we thought the wind slowed down out there, and we went for a fish, but no bueno. And we found a bunch of cut firewood, maybe.
It is the morning of the last day, and check out this view right from the tent. Hell yeah, and it is absolutely freezing.
So it was probably like 0 degrees last night. It was really cold. But I think it'll be warmer today. But we're leaving. So now we're just having a fire. Saying our final goodbye to our Daisy Lake site. It's 10 o'clock and we're heading out.
Right on time.
We just tried fishing and there is no fish.
No luck.
Portage 1 to pond. This is pond. Time to go across.
Off we go on Pond Lake. A little bit of a headwind.
It's just pond. That was pond. 55 meters back to Hambone Lake. Here we are, Hambone. See you next at Magnetawan Lake.
So we've made a grave mistake. We did this portage. It was only how many meters? 50 meters. Super short. But we could have paddled it. We could have literally just paddled right through. It's probably a portage in the water. And it's spring. Wah, wah.
I made it across Hambone, last portage of the day, back to Magnetawan Lake, right where we started. Back we go, across Magnetawan. That concludes our Algonquin. You look really short.
Spring.
Our Algonquin spring fishing trip. This morning I was a little happy because it was freezing, but now I am a little sad.
And we got 4 brook trout.
Till next time.